8 version.
Going hot.
Welcome back. I'm so excited to get started with this HBN coating that I'm going to carry on straight with this. Now, you've seen in my previous video roughly what this whole coating story is about, and I want to do this coating process with you so that you can see what it involves. However, there are a few steps which you have to do before you can get to physically coating your bullets. And the first step that you have to perform is to physically coat this ceramic media, which I showed in my previous video, with the HBN itself. So I presume that's impregnating the ceramic balls with HBN as well, so that you don't remove the HBN from the bullets in order to saturate the surface of the ceramic balls. So by saturating the ceramic media or balls first, we can then transfer the HBN directly to our bullet jackets. The first step which we basically need to do is open this container of HBN, and it's got a secondary lid inside. Now, what they want us to do, I hope you can see this, is to use this spatula that they supplied with the kit, and they just want you to take a spatula full of HBN, and then they want us to scrape the excess off, so we've got a level spoonful of HBN. And then what we are simply going to do is just put it into this container with the ceramic media. Once that's done and you have put the spatula away, we need to just close this so we don't mess any of our precious HBN, and we need to place this on its own in the dry media tumbler for approximately 30 minutes. However, I'm not going to do that now because that's going to make some noise and I want to get on with the rest of the video. So that's done for the ceramic media. Now, what they say over here is that you physically need to clean your bullets. They say you can either use something like a surgical alcohol or just normal soapy dish water. I'm most probably going to use alcohol because it evaporates nice and quickly, but that's basically just to get the oily residue off of your bullets. Not all bullets might have it, but just in case, you don't want that HBN just sticking onto the jacket. You actually want it to be shot peened into the jacket, so it's internal in the copper as well, not just on the surface. That's why a lot of the people that do HBN coating actually say you can completely wipe off the excess off of your jacket, because your jacket is already impregnated with that HBN coating. I have opted to clean my bullets with surgical alcohol, and what I'm gonna use is basically just any type of surgical alcohol and some cotton pads. I'm gonna take this whole batch of bullets, which is 100, and I'm just gonna pour it out onto some sort of a rag. Once I have done that, I'm just going to get some gloves. Now, I just used disposable latex examination gloves as well, and I actually use this in all of my reloading. Now, the reason for this is just to prevent the oily residue from my hands or my fingers from giving off onto my bullets. This way they just stay nice and clean, and it just looks aesthetically pleasing. Always struggle with that word. So let's just get these on, and then we can start with the process. Just gonna take a quick picture for my Instagram account, which is always important. And you can go and check it out there. It's at TLRS_SA, and you should be updated more regularly there than I can upload YouTube channels or YouTube videos. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna soak these cotton pads in the surgical alcohol, and bearing in mind that this does evaporate, or it should evaporate relatively quickly, I'm gonna try and get a decent amount on here, and I'm just gonna rub it over all of the bullets. So this is just trying to get them nice and clean, and I'm just trying to work in a circular type of a pattern. This isn't really so necessary. I did consult the salesman, and he said it would be best to do so. However, if you do not have the time, it shouldn't alter your results very drastically. So I'm gonna get to this, and then I will be back shortly. Alright, so I'm relatively confident that I got most of these bullets, and I think I'm going to put them aside for the moment just so they can dry off a little bit. Now I've got the ceramic media with the initial HBN that's going in there just to saturate them in the tumbler already. I'm going to put that on, and they specify that we should leave it to tumble for about half an hour. So I'm going to get to that as well. Alright, so I've finished with this process after it's been in this tumbler for about half an hour, and as you can see, it's gotten quite dirty, this container, but I suppose that's going to happen when you do it with used media. But I don't want to just put it alone in the tumbler. I think the media acts as a protection barrier, so the two containers do not damage each other so much. Now, just to give you an idea, if I open this, it's still relatively white inside, and just to put some light down here, you should be able to see those ceramic pebbles, and it does look like there is no more HBN left inside the container. It will be difficult for you to see it, however, you will just have to believe me. Moving on to our bullet coating kit instructions, it now tells us after we've tumbled for 30 minutes and we've cleaned the bullets with alcohol, we can open this little container, add your bullets to the container, and they say that you shouldn't fill your container up more than 85%. And then it's just the same amount that you measure out. You fill your spoon up, scrape the excess off, and then place the HBN in your container with your bullets. And they say it's optional, you can secure the lid with tape. For the first round I'm not going to secure it with tape, just to see how it holds up. And then they say you tumble it for 45 to 60 minutes roundabout. Once that's complete, they just state that you can remove the bullets from this container and then wipe the excess off with just a plain or regular cloth. Now I'm going to start off just by feeling that these bullets are dry, and it appears as if they are. So I'm going to add this to this little jar, and I'm just trying not to touch them for my hands not to get them dirty. That seems like almost all of them. Just these two that refuse to go in. And this is a box of 100 bullets, and we are probably only filling up less than a third of the container. Keep in mind that there's ceramic media at the bottom as well. So we're going to take more of this HBN, and using our spatula we're gonna scrape up or get a decent amount in, and then just so you can see, scrape off the heap. And I'm just gonna throw this in with the bullets as well. Alright, that being done, we're just going to close this up again. And if you just feel this powder on your finger, it's incredibly how it actually even lubricates the tips of your fingers, and you can wipe it off, and even if you've wiped it off you can still feel it on your fingers, so it really does stay where you put it. Putting this aside, we're going to close this up, and then we are going to put it back into our tumbler, and then we're going to tumble for 45 to 60 minutes. Alright, so I've had these in for about 60 minutes now, and I can take them out now. And luckily I was worried about this thing staying together and the lid remaining closed, but it looks like it did its job. So what we're going to do is we're going to take them out, and we are going to pour them out back onto that same cloth that we used just now to clean them. Let's see what we have. This looks very interesting, and I will just quickly take some video on my phone to show you what this looks like. Alright, so we're on the phone, and that's basically what it looks like when we have finished tumbling. Now I'm going to put on a pair of gloves again, and this is simply just to keep my finger contact off of the bullets again, and then just hopefully keep my fingers clean as well. So this is the first time that I'm also doing it, so I'll try and perfect this method in terms of separating the bullets from the actual ceramic media. But this looks very interesting, and this is going to take some time to separate. However, this is the end of the process. Now what's left to do is to physically coat the inside of the barrel, but that's very simple. All we need to do is you need to clean the barrel as thoroughly as possible. That means remove the copper fouling, remove the lead fouling and all of the carbon, and then we simply take surgical alcohol, put it on a cleaning patch, simply put some hex boron bullet coating media on that patch, and then just wipe it through your barrel a couple of times. Once the surgical alcohol has evaporated, then your barrel's coated as well, and as the bullet travels down the barrel as well, the bullet should coat your barrel as well. That's it for now. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something more about advanced shooting and reloading, and then I will see you next time.